Hey everyone, welcome to the show, and in today's episode we are going to be talking about how to design a luxury Airbnb. Now I do have Ben Freed with me from Mantle Homes. He's a good buddy of mine. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing good. How are you, Ben?
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
In the really super professional studio that we have
Very
here.
high end.
So if you saw my previous video on my land purchase, I did buy a 3.7 acre lot in the mountains here in the Catskills in upstate New York. And you may know from that video that I am planning to build a cabin on that piece of land, and we are going to do it for Airbnb as a business. We are going to rent it out short term and hopefully make a lot of money. And it was actually Ben who talked me into this idea in the first place.
I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Guess we could say that,
Yep.
right? First of all, do you want to just tell us how you got into building houses and everything?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, I've been living up here in the Catskills for over 10 years now. And back in 2013, I built my own house on a vacant land. And so I went through this whole process of learning how to build a house and sourcing different materials, and also how to build sustainably and high performance, which really impacts the experience of living in the house and makes it really amazing in a lot of ways. So after I built that, I started my own company importing different high-end, high-performance, sustainable materials, especially windows from Europe, which they make amazing products there. So that's been my business for the last few years, and I've been also planning on and working on a business for being able to build these types of modern, small, efficient, sustainable houses and cabins, which I just recently launched. So this project that I'm working with you is one of the first projects for this new Mantle Homes product that I'm doing, which will basically allow you to build a cabin like this that you want to build, or a house like I'm building for myself right now, a lot more affordably, while maintaining a really beautiful, modern, sustainable, high performance.
So maybe you want to just tell everyone about the style of home that we're going to be building and a little bit of the background on, because this area, the Catskills Mountains, it's kind of famous in a way for some of these, these cabins. So yeah, just maybe introduce the concept of what it is.
Sure. Well, obviously we're here, beautiful nature surroundings, and there's a ton of these really great cabins that are all over the internet, obviously on YouTube and Airbnb. And the styling is kind of combining the old school cabin look, like wood cabin look, with some modern stylings, like large windows and clean lines and that kind of thing. And when you combine those two together, you get a super Instagram ready kind of package that does great on Airbnb because it's so beautiful and it matches with a lot of what people like, is this minimal aesthetic, along with connecting with nature, and large glass, which gives you that inside-outside connection. You put that all together, you got an amazing package.
Yeah, so like our idea with this is that when you're inside the home, you really want to feel like you're in the forest, even though you're indoors. So we've got these huge windows. We have a 3.7 acre lot. We were looking for lots around 4 acres because you need that amount of land around the house to give you the feeling that you're like in the middle of the woods, don't you?
Yeah, it helps a lot because the less you see of humanity, the more you feel like you're by yourself in nature. So.
Yeah. All right, so before we get on to talking about the design, I just want to, I was looking at an article the other day on 5 things that you can charge more for on Airbnb, okay? And I realized that we actually had 3 of these 5 things, okay? I was looking for the article, couldn't find it, but anyway, the 3 of these 5 things that we have are a hot tub, a fire or wood-burning stove, and also a washer and dryer. We're gonna have all of those things in our Airbnb. We're also gonna have a sauna outside on the deck. So on the deck, we got a hot tub, a sauna, and a grill. And all this stuff is gonna make the cabin a sort of destination in and of itself, not just somewhere to stay when you're hiking in the Catskills. Some people might just rent it and just stay at the cabin and use the hot tub and have barbecue and stuff like that. But let's go through the design. Sure. And maybe we can start with the outside, and then we'll look at the floor plan, and then we'll actually give you a tour of the 3D renders and stuff as well. So let's take a look at the outside.
All right. So obviously when you first approach the house, that initial view is really important. And the front of this cabin has a really amazing full height, 20-foot tall glass wall on one side, and on the other side it's fully clad in like a distressed wood. And the wood is actually physically charred it's burnt in the factory, and that's based off of a traditional Japanese technique called shosugi-ban, where
Wow.
they use fire to, to preserve the wood, and it also gives it this amazing look. And you can go anywhere from like all the way charred black to somewhere in between, which I think is what we're going to be doing
Yes.
with your house. And so we have that really great balance between the wood and the glass right from the beginning as you approach the property. And we also have this nice awning around this extension of the roof and wall. It's called a fin wall, which is kind of a modern touch, and also gives you some shelter as you're entering the home, which is nice if it's raining or whatever. And then as we come around, then we get to the beautiful deck, which is going to be the main sort of outdoor living feature, where you can see the hot tub, and the above the hot tub there's like a little porch roof, which is nice. If it's raining a little bit, you can still enjoy
the hot tub.
And
then we got the cedar barrel sauna.
Yeah, and then the back there's the sauna, and from this view you can't really see, but there's also a outdoor shower.
That was my idea. You were against it, but I converted you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, usually my experience with outdoor showers hasn't been great, but you convinced me, absolutely.
It's really just for once you get out of the sauna, you want to have an ice cold shower to close up the pores. Basically, people are going to take a 20-second shower and then just run inside, I think, or jump in the hot tub.
That's right. Yeah. It's like a little triangle of enjoyment.
Exactly, yeah, these three things. Yeah. Hot tub, shower, sauna.
So let's look at the plan then.
Yeah, let's look at the floor plan.
Okay, great. Yeah, so in the floor plan, which is a basic 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom plan, that actually we put a lot of thought into it.
A lot of thought,
right? It seems simple, right? But to really get all the details, and to make it really livable, and also have all the features that you want.
Yeah. We went through a lot of changes actually. Yeah, going back and forth and stuff. So yeah.
But the basic orientation is you come in through the front door, and there's a small little vestibule area.
Yeah.
And that's nice because you don't immediately enter into other living spaces, right? Sometimes when you have a door that's basically in the living room, it doesn't have that little separation where you need to sort of take your coat off and take your shoes off and do what you need to do there. So that's a pretty important aspect that I like to put into all of my designs. And then we have a very simple open living dining room and kitchen in an open configuration with a nice breakfast bar, and obviously the wood stove, and a cabinet with your TV and everything like that. And as we walk through, then we have a utility area with your laundry.
Yep.
And
so that utility room, because this isn't going to have a basement, so we need we need a room to actually put the furnace for the heating,
water heater. There's going to be a ventilation system.
Yeah.
And the plumbing and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's all going to start from that room.
Yeah. And then just outside that room, we have the space for the washer and dryer, because that's one of the things that you can charge more for if you have it on Airbnb. Washer and dryer is going to be there. And then, like we said, we've got the wood-burning stove, which is also another thing that you can charge more for. And let's just point out as well, if you're in a city, you probably can't charge more for these things. But if you're in a destination town, then you're in a mountain town specifically, you can definitely charge more for things like stove, a hot tub, because it's a vacation kind of item. All right, take us through the bedrooms and bathroom and everything.
The bathroom, which is something that you had like a very strong direction on. And I totally agree. What we come up with is great because it has sort of a big double sink. And also there's a skylight that's right above the shower.
Yeah.
So you get the feeling of openness in the outdoors even while you're taking a shower, which is nice. And then we have 2 bedrooms in the back that are identical in size, pretty much, essentially. And they also have large glass windows,
so
floor to ceiling.
The cool thing is going to be that you can access the outdoors basically from any room in the house. So you have 2 doors to the outside from the living area, and then each bedroom has a door to the outside as well. So you can literally just get up and open this door, and you're in the woods, and you can jump right in the hot tub or something like that, or go outside and have a coffee on the deck or whatever you want to do. So it's pretty cool.
All right. And then, we also have the really cool feature that we actually didn't have initially and we added later, which is the loft. You access from a step ladder from the living room. Yeah. And up there you kind of have this nice space that is that is separate from everything, but also
so a lot of cabins have this actually. Yeah, if you look online and you look at some of the cabins, they'll often have a very small little loft with a sleeping area for someone. Obviously, this wouldn't be recommended for a kid to sleep up here because you have to access it through a ladder. So it's probably not even a legal. Is it a legal bedroom? Probably isn't, is it?
No, it's not a legal bedroom, but you can still sleep in it.
But you could still use it.
And the ladder is code approved. No worries about that.
Okay.
Because there are as far as how deep the steps are and how high the rungs are, they have to be a certain amount. But yeah, that's all that's all good there. So, but it's a nice secondary space where you can hang out, read a book. Yeah, and sort of get this very cozy feel.
And it's got a skylight as well,
right?
Hasn't it? Yeah,
very important.
Let's have a look at some of the other angles that we've got renders of.
Okay, so yeah, here we have a view from the living room that you can see the kitchen and the bedroom. I mean, and the dining room and everything is quite nice. You get an open feel all in there. Here's a nice view from the loft.
So that's the wall of glass that we're talking about at the front of the house. So you're going to be dining next to this wall, looking out basically into the forest, which will be really cool. This will be our kitchen and breakfast bar, and you can notice next to the breakfast bar, we've actually got another big window to the outside. It's kind of like a door. Actually, it's not going to be a door. It won't open, but it's just a window. And so when you look to your left, it'll feel like you're in the forest, which is pretty cool when you're eating breakfast. All right, guys, so that is a tour of this new luxury Airbnb. Thanks so much, Ben,
for
taking the audience through. And we're working on this together, so we will give more updates on this project as we're going. We're hoping to finish it. Originally, I hoped to finish it by the summer, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be more fall or even at the end of the year before we finish this. But, construction, these things always take longer, always get pushed back. And we haven't been able to actually even do land surveys on the land because of the snow. There's like 2 feet, no, maybe 1 foot now of snow everywhere. So when it gets done, it's done. So we're very excited about it. We will give you guys updates on it. If you want to check out Ben's company, his website, it's got a lot of his designs and all sorts of stuff. You can sign up to his newsletter and stuff. His website will be below. As always, please subscribe to our channel. If you are new, we'll give you more updates on this as we go along with the project. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.